Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the Hammerlane Cafe. I really meant to have a video or two up by now, but been a little under the weather. It's held me back a little bit, but I'm back and everything's fine now. So I got something good for you today, but what I thought I would do first is I just want to kind of make a statement about what I'm doing and why. I don't want to mislead anybody into thinking that I'm doing just healthy food. That's not what I'm doing. There are going to be, like today, you'll see there's some healthy options, a lot of them. And when I feel like these are healthy options, I'll tell you and I'll try to speak to that. But at any rate, I didn't want to mislead anybody. What I'm doing is I'm doing things based on the resources you have in the truck and the way I used to do it when I was in my truck. The only space I use is a little small end of the counter. And when I'm at home doing something, I'll let you know that as well, like today. What we're going to talk about has to do with me prepping food before I go out. So I'll let you guys know that too. But I appreciate all your subscribes, all your likes, all the views, and keep coming back for more. I've got lots of ideas for lots of neat stuff. So let's go over and look at kind of what I got going on today. So what I would do usually is I will go out and I get some nice lean pork chops, boneless pork chops, some hamburger, and some grilled chicken. And I would pre-cook it here at the house. And what I'm going to do with it today is I'm going to package it. I've let it cool down. I've spared you the torture of watching me cook all this stuff. But I'm going to put it in a vacuum pack. I'm going to vacuum pack it and freeze it and show you how you can get all this food in your little tiny freezer in your truck. All right, guys. So like I said before, I got, some onions and peppers cooked over here. Just a mix of however you like it. I do season these a little bit with some salt and pepper. And I cook them where they're still nice and firm. I've got some boneless, like really lean pork cutlets there. And I have some brats. I really love bratwurst. So I added that in as well. Right here, I've got some ground beef. I made two nice looking hamburger steaks, which I went ahead and added some vegetables to them. By vegetables, I mean some chopped onions and peppers. I got about 5 grilled chicken breasts. We can use those to cut up and put on a salad. You can make a sandwich out of one of them. You can pull a couple of them out and do some vegetables with them. And that's what my next video is going to be about, is a couple of vegetables. Or you can just, you can eat them any way you want to eat them. And then I have some ground beef that I did. Now with this, I went ahead and added some onions and peppers and celery. And I seasoned it with some Italian seasoning, some oregano, some thyme, garlic, salt, stuff like that. And what you can do with this is you can do spaghetti, you can do lasagna, you can do vegetable beef soup, you can do stuffed bell peppers. There's just a lot you can do with this. And we're going to package that up as well. So what I'm going to start with the pork chops. I was a pretty big eater, so I'm going to put two in a bag, and then I'm going to put one in a bag for maybe a quick sandwich or something. All right. Then I have the brats. I'm going to drop 2 brats in there. That seems reasonable for a meal. Now you want to be careful when you're cooking this stuff. You want to be careful not to cross-contaminate the raw food with cooked food, and you want to make sure you have your trusty gloves on. Cook everything to its right temperature. Everybody knows chicken's 165. Ground beef needs to be well done. Sometimes some people, I'm not going to mention any names, don't like it well done. But I cook these to about medium well, because they're going to cook just a little bit when you microwave them, because you're going to microwave all these. And I'm going to show you a little trick I used to prevent them from drying out. Now we have the grilled chicken. I'm going to throw 2 in this one. Do one more. And I'm going to about drop it. And I'm going to do 2 in this one. Now, if you notice, I hadn't closed these bags up yet. And actually the last one I'm probably going to eat for lunch. So I'm going to set it over. I know that's cheating. So I got the ground beef. I'm gonna divide that up into 2 different bags. And I'm kind of gonna have to use my hands. Well, I'll get a spoon. Sorry guys, should have been prepared. And this is drained, so it's not gonna be really greasy. And guys, any of this stuff, I did season everything. The hamburger steaks, I seasoned with some black pepper, some salt and some garlic salt. And I actually added some onions and peppers in there before I patted it up and cooked them. Everything else is really just kind of a basic salt and pepper. You can season this or not season it, or you can season it in different ways. There are times when I had time, I'd take my grilled chicken and I'd take a couple of them, I'd rub them in some olive oil and some Italian seasoning, like some thyme and some oregano, some garlic salt. I would take the other one and get my favorite barbecue rub, and I'd rub them in that barbecue rub, and then I would cook them. And with the barbecue, and when I vacuum pack it, I always threw a little bit of barbecue sauce in there with it, just so it marinates some more. Really good. Made a great sandwich. Went really well with like potato salad, something like that. And there we go. And I got that out of the way. All right. So there's a lot of different ways you can season this stuff. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do, I got these onions and peppers that I cooked, and what I found now, I do love onions and peppers. I've said in the last video, it's one of the best and cheapest seasonings you can buy. It's not bad for you. I cooked these in a little bit of olive oil and a little salt and pepper. Nothing really crazy, nothing a lot. You don't even have to season them that much, to be honest. But what I found is that if you put some onions and peppers in there with your food, when you microwave it, the onions and peppers keeps it from becoming dried out. Plus, they're really, really tasty. I'm sorry this is taking so long. And you always got to have onions and peppers with a hamburger steak, right? One thing, I tried adding mushrooms one time, and I would like buy a jar of mushrooms and microwave those if you really want them. It didn't hold up very well in the vacuum pack, so they just didn't taste very well. I'm sure nothing was wrong with them. They just didn't taste very good. I do the brats, and of course you gotta have onions and peppers with brats. You just absolutely have to. I'm about to run out. That's the one with the single pork chop. I won't put much in there. And then I'll put the rest in this last thing of pork chops. Pork chops are really good. They use those a lot of ways as well. Heinz makes some good jar gravy, like beef gravy and pork gravy, chicken gravy. I recommend trying it. We may do something with that in another video. All right, so I have all that done. Step over here and get this. This is a handheld vacuum pack that I showed in one of my other videos. So what you're going to do is pretty simple, and we'll do all of them. We'll lay it down flat. There's a circle on that side. You place it on that circle. You hit the button. It pulls all the air out of there. You want to make sure it's laying down flat like that when you get done with it. That's going to come in, that's going to be very important when you go to store this in your freezer in the truck. Because everybody knows you don't have much freezer space. But I believe most of this can be gotten in your freezers as they are. And I'll show you how. We used to have these little baskets in our freezers. And I looked at a truck the other day, and it was this little flip up kind of flat affair. All right, I'm not going to make you watch all that. Hang on just a minute, and I'll be right. Okay, guys, so there you go. I've got everything vacuum packed, everything nice and neat, laid flat. So what I'm going to do is I have a roasting pan, And I feel like that may simulate maybe a little smaller refrigerators in the truck. Like I said, we used to have these baskets. Now it's just a flip up door. So here's how you're going to rack all this in there so you can get all this in your refrigerator. You're going to, I got everything laying flat. You're going to alternate which side the meat's on. Just like so. Then you're going to go down the middle. It's getting heavy. And then you'll go to the side again. Now, realistically, probably 2 or 3 of these you could just leave out and put in the refrigerator because you're going to be eating those anyway. And then, of course, you have that very flat and that really flat as well. So even though that might be a tight fit for your refrigerator in the truck, I feel like you could get most of that in there. And then after that, it's just a matter of pulling it out, microwaving it and bringing up the temp, and adding some of the vegetables that I'm going to do in the next video. And then you'll have some good meals. And that's really all it is. That's what I used to do out in the truck. So guess what I'm going to be eating for the next week? I have 9 meals here. 9. So you guys have a great day. And as always, be safe, eat well, and we'll see you soon. Later.